Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon, and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of World Lore of Warcraft, a World of Warcraft show. Really everything in the Warcraft universe, where we cover just that. Every piece of lore, and every quest, every in-game thing, and right now we're doing a walkthrough of Classic. So we started Loch Modan on the last episode, so stay a while and listen as we jump into this one. As you can see from the fishing pole in old Lee Contessa's hand here, we are in the middle of a housekeeping session where we will need to just do a couple points of fishing with her and catch up on some of her other skills. So on 105, we're just going to go to 110. And then we have to turn in this quest, Stormpike's Order. And then we will also probably work just a pinchy poo on the blacksmithing, maybe on the cooking on the way, before we go ahead and fly back to Loch Modan. We can take the tram and then fly. It's probably a pinch quicker than just a straight fly over there. We did come in here and get some new powers on the last episode. Nothing real new one with Seal of Justice, which is like, I guess if you're interested in getting a lot of interrupts, this is the seal to use. And then it can also, you can use the Judgment in conjunction with it to stop enemies from fleeing. So I guess if you know you're going to be fighting tricky fleeing, this could be very important in dungeon environments or raid environments maybe. I could see that being something that you're encouraged to use. But outside of that, it's probably not worth it. You can probably manage things better when you're soloing PvE content. And maybe PvP. This actually, I could see this being pretty good for PvP also. Yeah, okay. So I could see that being great. That's probably the top PvP seal. Yeah, if you could stop the enemy from being able to run away, that's pretty great. And also just periodically stun them. There is a chance with each swing to do a 2-second stun. Oh yeah, that would be obnoxious in PvP. So that's pretty much what you're looking to be, is completely frustrating to the opponent. So that's cool. You lose a little bit of DPS that you might get from, say, your Judgment Seal or whatever. Now, conversely, let's say you have Blessing of Freedom. It says you're immune. So I would guess that that would trump that. It's the kind of other side of that coin. Maybe you'd just be running around with this, or you'd be helping your teammates counter it by dropping Blessings of Freedom on them. It's only a 10-second blessing that costs as much as the others. So anyway, not something we'll be using. We probably will almost never see it, but certainly not anytime soon. But a nice little addition to our kit. We also upgraded our main heal, which is great, and we upgraded our main blessing, which is essentially a permanent attack increase for ourselves. I don't think there was a ton else that we did. Kind of glancing through. Oh, we also upgraded the Seal of the Crusader, which is not something we're using every single fight, but something that we're using a lot of the time. Anytime we're fighting mobs that are going to take a few hits to kill, then it's worth getting that in the rotation. Especially if we're fighting tougher things, if we're in dungeons, if we're fighting bosses, then it's worth it to try to get that in the rotation. Alright, so we need to go back up and pick up Stormpike's delivery because I accidentally dropped that. For some reason it's showing that it's in here, but then the turn-in is showing down there, so I think he kind of pats around a little bit. I don't know for sure. We will come back and, like I said, we'll work on that. There he is.
How are you?
Well, where's Stormpike?
A letter from the Dwarven lands. I wonder who would call from so far to the north. Please let me see the order.
Ah, a request from one of the Stormpikes. That's a proud clan, full of quality dwarves. Rich ones too. Thank you, adventurer. I'll get to work on Mountaineer Stormpike's shield by the end of the day.
Okay, so we just completed Stormpike's order. We could have been done with the other one, but I think I screwed that one up. So Stormpike's order is now done. First quest already completed on the episode, and we can check a box here. Where is Stormpike's order? There we go. Yeah, Stormpike's delivery was one that I messed that up. Where is he? Maybe he's in that building and he's upstairs or something, and I just missed him. Because the exclamation mark's not going to actually be over his head.
Here there. What are you daft? That's not a weapon, that's a dinner knife.
Yeah,
I don't train amateurs. The Stormpikes are a respected dwarven clan and are well known.
We don't
for
need to
their
listen to it because we should have already had that. I just got spooked and I thought the two were like canceling out, but I just messed that up. All right, here's a forge. Let's smelt a little bit of metal. We're going to start by smelting our copper and then smelting our silver. We're getting mighty close to being able to level up our mining to expert mining. All right, just sipping coffee and smelting in the morning. Oh, apparently there are only about 20 years left before Jesus returns, so something to look forward to. Put it on your calendars in the year 2044 now. Just keep moving that benchmark. You know, it is nice to have something to look forward to. I really think there's some value in that, and I wonder sometimes. My wife likes to say, "Don't wish your life away," and there's value in that for sure. But I also think there's value in having goals to get to. I've always operated on that level, whether it's healthy or not. I like to, you know, I like that. I like having a vacation to look forward to, an easy time at work to look forward to. Just, I don't know, there's something psychologically relieving when it comes to that sort of thing. Alright, so let's see what we have here. Here's the expert
you
blacksmith.
Want to be a blacksmith, eh?
Yeah, we want to get to
You
95.
have an apron and a hammer, lass. Let's see what you've got.
We need it from this girl. So, first of all, we have no grinding stones of any worth right now. And what we really want, I would say, is these copper bracers. So let's just build them. I can build 2. And that was all I'll need to get to 95, which is at least the next rank. We really would like to be at 100 for that bad boy. Okay, so that's great.
So you want
Let's
to be
train.
a blacksmith,
We can
eh?
get a
Grab an apron
broadsword
and a hammer,
and
lass.
boots
Let's
now.
see what you've got.
So that's awesome. Now we are in the copper bronze sword. Originally, I was like, oh, this is something that we're going to need, but now it's laughable compared to my actual weapon. So we won't be building that. But these boots, even better, we can now operate with bronze. So now we want to start making as much bronze as we can. We can finally start converting our copper and tin into bronze from this point forward. The good thing being, it turns every copper bar into 2, essentially bronze bars, because you're mixing it with tin. Excuse me. Which then allows us to, you know, level up that a little bit faster. We need more rough grinding stones. That's okay, because guess what? I believe I can make some in my inventory. So let's just make them. Let's go ahead and clean that up. I think I have 20 or 40 in the bank too. After this, we'll just look at cooking, and then we're going to make the flight back to Loch Modan so we can continue questing out in that zone. Now, we can make the coarse weight stone and sharpening stones, but I would prefer to wait and save it for coarse grinding stones. Excuse me. I probably didn't need to make all these rough, but actually we are going to need them, considering these bronze boots take the rough stones. So this is a 106 foot armor. That's worse than what I have, so this is just for sale. But we got a point, so things should go a little faster now that we're going to be in
Don't
bronze.
let the humans in the bazaar fool you, lass. With the subway those gnomes built, it's easier than ye might think to transport goods from Ironforge. If they try to tack on import fees, just tell them you're gonna buy your gear from me.
I don't need 2 stacks of these potions. Let's sell this secondary stack. Should have never bought that. Alright, yeah, let's get to cooking. So we'll go down. Actually, you know what? We will take the tram over and we'll cook at the bronze kettle. Central Iron Forge. I feel like it's a little easier, a little better located. But my blacksmithing is still woefully a little behind. 96 is pretty low. It's just a hard... Blacksmithing and engineering are the hardest skills to level, but blacksmithing is by far the hardest. I mean, I guess enchanting. Enchanting is not necessarily hard to level, it's just... Enchanting requires a lot of monetary sacrifice. You're going to really cripple your gold influx, probably by as much as 1/3, because you're going to get any high value item is going to get ditched. Destroyed. Now, I guess the thought would be you could recoup that by enchanting for others, but you have to have such a high level to do that. My mage that I run this content with, which is he's about halfway through Duskwood, which is I'm thinking we can. I was trying to map this out and just kind of see like a 2-month plan, because I would say a zone takes about a week. Some zones take a pinch longer. So Loch Modan here will take us about a week, probably less. So probably by next weekend or so, we'll be already working on Darkshore. Darkshore is a moderately length, especially the last couple episodes when we're doing the Tower of Alphalax. So that's going to take a solid week. So that'll take us into the end of this month, those 2 zones. So then we'll start June out. Then at that point, we'll come back over and do the Barrens. We'll do the Barrens all the way up to the Wailing Caverns. That will... Barrens plus the Alliance Barrens plus the Wailing Caverns quests and running Wailing Caverns twice. That's going to probably all together take a week and a half or so, because Alliance has some quests mixed in there and yada yada yada. So that's about 12. That's about, yeah, that'll take us into June 10th or so. Then we'll finish up the Barrens, which will probably take... That won't take as long. Let's say 5 days, so halfway into June, even with the Alliance mixed in. Then we'll do Silverpine. Not that long, but Silverpine mixed with Shadowfang Keep at the end for both. That could probably take a little bit over... That's going to take us getting towards the end of June. Let's say a week or less left in June. Then that will end Tier 2 for us. And we'll begin Tier 3. Tier 3 begins with, I believe, Red Ridge Mountains. No, not Red Ridge. Stone Talon. Stone Talon's short, but you have to do it twice with 2 character sets, so that could take us as much as 10 days, so that'll take us into July, 4th of July, right around that time. Then I'll be losing around a week to 10 days due to going on vacation, so that takes us into mid-July. And then, we would be back for Red Ridge is not long, 5 days. And then after Red Ridge is, I believe, because there's no dungeons tied into either of those. After Red Ridge, I think is when I'm doing it, is when we do Duskwood. Yeah. Duskwood also not a super long one. I don't know why I'm not seeing the kettle. Oh, I miss it. Maybe it's over there on that side. Duskwood could take a week. And then we'd be in Ashenvale, which Ashenvale I think will take a decent amount of time. Plus we have to do it twice. Where's this stinking cow? There it is. Alright, so we have a straight up cooking trainer who at 200 can teach us spider sausage. Cook the Longjaw Mud Snapper still. Bear meat by itself is worthless. Okay, cool. We got a point of our cooking right there. I don't know that we have any recipes for cooking. Oh, we do. The 225. Okay. Well, I'm happy that we even got 2 points off this Longjaw Mud Snapper. Bam, bam. I'm just taking a peek in case I need. I don't have any more clam meat. Okay, so that's all good. So we're good. Not a lot of fishing. That means I can sell the rest. I don't need. You know what? I'm getting rid of that. Getting rid of that. Wait a minute. What do we need for the quest? I need bear meat, boar intestines, and spider ichor. So I need that. I need that. Get rid of the boar meat. Bam. 17-pound catfish, huh? Get rid of that. I need those. Okay, I think we're in good shape. I should put these gems in the bank too. Malachite. So we'll stop off at the bank and then we'll make our flight. So we've spent 15-ish minutes, a little bit more, on the prep side of things, maybe 20. But, you know, that happens. Every 2 levels, you gotta do some housekeeping. DPS warrior, should I go engineering or blacksmith? Both. That seems expensive. I also, a lot of people will do that. They'll have like mule accounts that constantly send ore and to maximize the gold earning potential and blah blah blah. I don't like to do that. I prefer my characters to be as self-sufficient as possible within themselves. Even if I fund the economy a little bit by buying things overpriced from the auction house, and I just don't care. The gold selling is the gold, like strategies for accumulating gold is has absolutely zero appeal to me. Both in game and in real life, I'm just not that kind of guy. Even any kind of thing I talk about in terms of like this show, making money or anything like that, if I ever were to get in that situation, it's not I don't care about like the actual, it's not for an accumulation of wealth. I just want to be able to pay my bills and live comfortably.
Might have fast steeds, but can those airy peak griffins
oh, I
stand the
forgot
heat
I
of
said
the
I was
great
going to fly
fall?
up there, but
I think not.
now I've changed my mind. Screw it. Screw it. When we do the Westfall, I think there's a, I mean, when we do the wetlands, we can consider it at that point in time. At some point, we do have to come here and turn this in also. I probably should have done that. But that can be like the last thing we do when we finish this zone. I do not think we're going to hit 24 by the time we finish the zone. Maybe we will hit 23. We have a lot to do, but a lot of them, as you can see, are very low level. So, we could go in here to kill, but I think we're going to turn our attention away because this is actually a really good spot to kill them. The islands up there. So now I think it's going to behoove us to kill these tunnel rats. To get any other boars we see would be nice. To get this miner's gear, and while we're up there, we'll turn that in. All of that is probably what I prefer to do. We need the rat catching. It's such a low level quest. And then blood sausages, we want to get that out of the way. The filthy paws, all of those things. Finishing off the delivery. So, yeah, that's all I want. I am looking forward. I'm gonna start planning the vacation today. I'm ready to go on a big hike. I think another thing I'm gonna do, which I'm gonna keep private, but I'm going to release it probably at the end. I think it might be interesting to have a like a record of this 5-year process. And you know, again, people that are watching the show, there's one thing that you don't have to doubt about me is I'm definitely a person that can set a long-term goal and stick with it. There we go. We got that final thing. So let's go get this copper vein. We got to kill. What are we doing over here anyway? We need tunnel rat ears. All right. Well, I'm not going to go kill like a bunch of trogs. There's the ore. We need kobolds. Oh, there's multiple pieces of ore. More copper. More copper. I'll go after this copper up here that's around the kobolds since we need their ears anyway. We can go turn in those sausages. There's a little kobold. So I think starting a journal might be interesting that just had like, you know, in the beginning here, I'm still 58 months away from go time, so it's such a long thing. It's like it's the same like time frame that I guess like people that are in prison would have to look at their sentences or whatever. Not to call my life a prison sentence. I'm not implying that. I'm just saying that sort of wall scratching. So there's not a lot, but I think reflecting on, hey, what has, at least for this first year, what kind of things have I been dealing with or going through in my mind as I prep, you know, for a journey that's 5 years away, because I've essentially set it up as a 5-year plan. So, you know, I think it might be instructive for people to see, like, hey, you can live in a world where you make a plan that's that far ahead of time. And maybe some of my barriers and concerns might match some other people. So, for instance, me no run from Paladin like you. My first month was really spent in setting that timeline and in dealing with the knee-jerk conflict that comes with my significant other, discussing it with my family, going through the initial highs of, like, going and telling people, like, oh, and then realizing that nobody gives a hot damn if you tell them in 5 years you're going to do this hike, because no one believes you. So everyone, even the people that are nice, even people that, like, no one's being a straight like, jerk about it, but I like how we're just one-shotting these guys. But, you could just tell people's eyes kind of glaze over, people kind of look at you skeptically. It's just not a... And I guess maybe I would too, like, oh yeah, you're gonna do a hike in 5 years? And you're gonna do it for 6 months? Cool. So, learning, like, oh, I need to kind of keep this to myself. I mean, unfortunately, for you poor souls, well, you're not exactly a captive audience, because you can just turn me off, and I'm sure a lot of people do. So, but yeah, just kind of like learning, oh, like people, this is not the kind of thing, this is... Now, I did talk to one person. I mean, and sure, some people have been like, that's really cool. Like, just trying to give me the benefit of the doubt, but no one knows. The people that truly, truly, truly know you, even like my family, and their reactions are going to be different. Because most of those people, you're simultaneously telling them, you are going to... I'm not going to be in your life for the better part of 6 months. So you would need to find this sweet spot of people that maybe already only see you every couple months or whatever. But it's just such a far thing. It's so far off. It's hard for people to really conceptualize. Tell someone they're going to do something in 5 years. I don't care what it is. Tell someone you're going to get married in 5 years. Tell someone you're going to have a baby in 5 years, and naturally the skepticism is going to creep in. So, I think talking to people about that as we kill tunnel rats. Then, of course, like my wife, who it gives her lots of anxiety. She doesn't like it, so then she's wrestling with the first, you know, the fighting, the arguing about it. I wouldn't say fighting, but arguing about it. Then getting her to understand that this is a real thing. So that, I would say that was kind of month 1. Love it. Boom. Right upside your head. And then I'd say month 2 is really, now I've dug into, I've kind of, okay, I'm looking at some of these, I'm trying to modify, you know, not cram it down people's throats, not talk about it as much as I can. I'm learning that lesson. And then reading a lot of books. Mentally, like, the financial planning part is not an active force at this point. Like, I do need to put aside some money. But I have my... And that's really the amount of money is going to be dependent upon, in large part, whether my wife comes. Now, initially, her reaction is, well, then, yes, I'm coming. I just can't, I just don't see it. I don't see her enjoying herself on this experience. And the few people that know us both well also don't see her enjoying it. So, from the jump, that was part what caused the argument, because I wanted to express, like, look, this doesn't have to be. It would be cool if it was a you and me thing, but for me, it's happening either way, and it doesn't have to be. There are ways that, I mean, we've been married a long time. We will survive essentially a long-distance relationship for 6 months. It'll be okay. My son's oscillated between thinking it sounds like the coolest thing ever, and I really should have probably saved some of my need to kill kobolds till I came into this building here, because now we're gonna have to kill kobolds, and we don't even need their ears. We only need one more ear. Anyhow, sorry, that's probably not something that we need to talk about on a World of Warcraft show. I was just thinking about it this morning. That's kind of where my thoughts were going about starting this journaling thing. So we've killed... Let's talk about the lore. These kobolds are annoying. The people don't like them. They infested Stormwind, or Elwyn, really. Where are the little boxes we need? Oh, we didn't see it. So that was something that we've seen as we did that questline, and now that we are in the Loch Modan area, apparently it's still an issue. Someone had to have recently been through here clearing stuff out, because I'm not seeing anything. And then they've also, I guess, been stealing the miners' gear, so that's the second part of this. And there's some over there. How's my... that almost worn out for? Alright. I mean, luckily these things are, like, not even a thought for us. So it doesn't even matter that we have all the ears. It's like, who cares? I've got a couple of these veteran shields, which I did want to have a shield to pair in case I decide to go sword and board style. but it's really not. I can't see very often where someone's going to be like, you need the tank. I don't have that other seal yet either that reduces threat, but that is a seal. I mean, not a seal, a blessing. It's a blessing we could use. We only need 2 more. That might be part of it too, that just, maybe there's just not a lot of them. Okay, what did he put on there? I think he barely had time to cast his little flame shield and he's dead. There's a copper vein. And we need copper. We got plenty of tin right now, so actually catching up on the copper is a-okay, but we're kind of going to end up bottlenecking ourselves a little bit, I feel, as we try to get more tin. For now, it's alright. And I think at 100, well, we definitely will get this. Now, this is going to give us 198.33. Oh. That's actually worse. I don't think I would even switch to it anymore. Yeah. Yip me kill. Alright, so this is our last miners thing, I think. Okay, and then we can leave the cobalt mines. And let's see. Okay, so we've got a couple to turn in over there. We also have a couple to turn in up there, so we can turn in Stormpike's delivery. On the fence about whether we should go up and do the stone rot dam while we're over here, because we're not going to have a lot of need to do it. I at least feel like we should go pick it up. So maybe we'll run and go do that. I do think there's a shop up here too. Then, oh, there's a shop over there as well. I don't have to care about the shop very much. But I feel like we should at least pick up a Dark Threat Looms just while we're in the neighborhood. Oh, look, there's some more. More copper for us. I mean, if we do get too much copper, we do have still some recipes that we can use for copper, so that's not the world. Oh, Lock Frenzy. I think a Dark Threat Looms is... I know it's part of a chain, but I think they're all kind of called the Dark Threat Looms also. More copper. We'll take the time to get it. Because... Yeah. Yeah, copper. The copper I see. But it seems like we haven't really accomplished a lot, but really we did. We're about to turn in 3-4 quests right now. And we're just about the halfway point of the episode, so... Wham, bam, bam, knocking all that out. And I think we're going to start to turn our attention down around this way. We'll go to this section. We'll also get Bingles supplies in there. So we'll do those things. This is going to send us over here, so I'm going to kind of save this. But we actually want to complete this chain, a Dark Threat Looms. It will send us into Westfall and beyond, so we're not going to be doing this really today. I mean, we could do the first part.
Thank the stars someone is concerned about the well-being of the dam. First the destruction of the Thandol span, and then the pillaging of Loch Modan. I have no doubt that the dam will be the target of the next Dark Iron threat. Most of the security detail here was reassigned to the Alliance front, including my top inspector. That's why I need you, adventurer. I spotted some Dark Iron sappers milling about the eastern ramp of the dam. Investigate the area and bring back a clue.
Very good.
A clue? Alright, so we just picked up a Dark Threat Looms, which is, yeah, 6-part chain that we're going to work on. But we picked up the first part. No worries. We're not going to complete it right now. I'm not worried about that. I'm not even worried about the selling, like I said, because we're going to go turn in Filthy Paws and Stormpike's delivery. I don't think there's anything else that comes out of that. We will have to do the Algaz span, but when we go running up into the wetlands, because a couple of our quests are going to send us up in that direction, particularly this Dark Threat Looms one, we'll deal with that then. for now, I think we're gonna finish these, and I don't think anything is gonna come out of it in terms of follow-up quests, which means we can come over here and hit this excavation site up. Maybe there is a tin vein. Heck yeah. I just walked by a copper vein too. But this is good because this still levels our mining. Oh, it's yellow. And it gives us those coarse stones. So this is... tin veins are nice for us right now. They're just in less of a supply. Okay. Maybe... and when we go to Darkshore, I'm guessing the ore is really going to dry up. So... there are a lot of... you know, we'll go to Red Ridge and Stone... we'll go to Stone Talon and Red Ridge Mountains after that. Well, Badlands, you know, yada, yada, yada. There's some others that we'll go to, but there are pieces where we'll get to level up. But they really, that's the other part of blacksmithing. They really slow drip what you get, and you have to go after all the stuff you see. You need to stockpile. It just takes so much ore, so much copper. And you're competing with engineers also, and you're competing with sellers. Alright, so first of all, let's get this going. I don't think we need linen anymore. So we can just sell the old linen. Get that to build stacks. Don't need these white pieces of gear. Look at all this rough stone we're reaccumulating. That I can use on myself. I don't need these bananas. I got 2 veteran shields. I guess I'll keep a shield. Got all that ore. Don't need the cape. That's returning in for the quest. Okay. And that. We're turning in all 3 of these.
Watch, get her back.
Okay. So first, let's turn in 2 quests. Go to this guy. Yeah, Stormpike's delivery.
What's on your mind? Be good.
You come all the way from Stormwind. I hear it's getting dicey down there in the human lands with brigands and orcs running about. The perfect place for a paladin to prove their worth.
Aha! So Grimman finally finished my axe. I can't wait to try it against some trogs and kobolds. Many thanks, adventurer. It was a long distance to travel for this delivery. Here are some coins for your efforts.
So it's kind of a weird breadcrumb because they give you 2, and then
You had a miner's gear,
Did you see a lot of kobolds in there? I can't wait for the order to clear them out of the mine. The thought of their grimy hands clawing around our mine makes my stomach rumble.
like it makes them hungry. Alright, so we turned in Stormpike's delivery and Filthy Paws. So, Stormpike's delivery... wait, that's the one we should have turned in. It would have been fine. Oopsie. Let's add a bunch over here. Okay. So, what was it? Filthy Paws. We also turned that one in. Alright, cool. We can also, we immediately got an upgrade over that veteran shield if we really want to keep the shield going. So this iron plate buckler, oh, they're both a 328.5 block. Do I want 2 spirit or 2 strength? Well, actually, I'd rather have the 2 strength. So never mind. It was not really an upgrade at all. So, but we did turn in those 2 quests. Now we'll go back into Thelsamar. We can turn in the ears, and we can turn in the ingredients to make the blood sausage. And then that's good, so that's another couple. Now we have these... yeah, so now these things are clearing up off of our map. But we have Bingles missing supplies, which will send us up. That's why I haven't done those. We're going to do those 2 at the same time. Then we also will kind of do this area. We do have the hunting going on also. We have a small chain, about 4 or 5 quests that takes us into Byron's Revenge. We're saving this for the end. I think there's one more quest. I think one of these quests also sends you in to... I think there's a breadcrumb that sends you to one of these guys. Like, then they walk further on here. So I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for that to pop up. I don't know what triggers it. I don't remember. But whatever. It might be. We might have already got it already. It might be this Ironband's Excavation. Might be the thing, but I really don't think it is. I think there's kind of a mid breadcrumb that goes into it. Alright, we gotta find the padding guy. And then the Thelsamar blood sausages in the inn. I guess we'll turn that one in first because the patrolling guard is about their business somewhere. Alright, where are you, little innkeeper?
How are you?
I'm all ready to start cooking. You have the ingredients for me.
Trust me, it seems a lot harder than it looks. But, oh, I've never known someone to take much interest in the making of sausages. But I'll give you the recipe just in case. Here you go. Mind you eat them fresh.
Alright, so we now do have this because I had sold my last thing. And I can learn blood sausage how to make it. I don't care about all those ingredients that they take. Oh, we can sell the other bucket.
Great to meet you.
Okay. I don't care about... I'm not going to actually ever make them. What am I doing with these tunnel rat ears? Oh, yeah, turning them into the garden.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay, cool. So, we're also... Look, our quest XP, these quests are so low level, we're getting, like, nothing.
How are you? Be good.
Hail, Greek Contessa. How goes the rat catching?
When I asked for those ears, I didn't realize they'd smell so bad. Here's your reward, adventurer. Well done.
Okay, so we
Hello,
did not get any
Welcome
more
to
quests.
Thelsamar, and while you're here,
So we
don't
did
forget to visit our local brewery.
Thelsamar blood sausages and rat catching are the two that we just turned in. Hearing the Chat GPT bot try to express human emotion with their voice, it's just classic. Alright, so we did these two now. Boom, boom. I also completed that, and we completed that. Yeah, this excavation progress report. It comes from somewhere. I just don't know what triggers the opening of it. Alright, so now we're just gonna go make our way. Oh, it's right there. You pick it up. I see. That's what it is. You pick it up there, then it's kind of a there and back thing. So we're gonna go now around to this little pair of guys, and then see how that takes us. We also have Bingles, missing supplies. That one we've got to deal with. So we're kind of now starting to work our way to the other side of the lake. This is what leads you to the, I think this is Badlands. So going to Badlands, I think you need a key, or you used to. Maybe you don't. I don't think, actually, now I don't think you need a key. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I'm just walking around with impunity here, feeling like I'm awesome. There are a couple hunting quests that are tricky. The Hunter's Boast, because a couple of them are timed. I think one is a time killing boars, and one is a time killing of buzzards. So that's something we'll have to specifically deal with in the moment. But yeah, we're really blasting through. At the rate we're going, there's... See, look, this is the guys that will trigger. Like, there's a quest line that takes you to them.
You got my... Delivering these barrels to the excavation site is
So
hard.
it's kind of weird.
But there are so many depending on us to get the blast powder there.
Right, so it's like we are
Must
getting
do what we can against the dark iron.
getting sent there, but I don't know what triggers it. I don't know if you're supposed to complete the In Defense of the King's Land first. I'm not sure exactly. It might be I think it's the progress report. So it might be like a there and back on that one. Okay, so we've got the excavation site. It's kind of weird. But whatever. So this is another little kind of a mini base. Loch Modan is really set up nice. This is kind of a nice zone to quest in. The mobs can be a little bit tricky, but I can't really complain overall. Alright, so there's a guy to sell and repair from. Wise man's belt. Oh, yeah, I could buy these shoes. I don't need them.
Safe travel. Jern wants to know what the slowdown is, eh? Ironband is putting together his latest progress report with details. But I can tell you this, it's the Trogs. Recently, just before the Trogs surfaced within the site, we had uncovered a large number of strange carved idols. But we didn't have the chance to study them. For soon after their discovery, the Trogs chased us away from the ruins. And those idols have a strange effect on the Trogs. It makes them go berserk. Bring me 8 idols. I want to study them, and I want them out of Trog hands. You can find the idols on the Trogs infesting the site.
Okay, and then there's also this guy.
You got my attention.
No. Where's the other guy?
Watch your back.
This one over here. So this is the progress report.
I need a progress report sent to Thelsamar. A progress report. And a restatement of my request for more blast powder. Here's the report. Take it to your
yeah, I think this is the weird...
He's our local contact in Thelsamar. It's not a difficult task, but it must be done.
Alright, so we finished off the Ironband's excavation quest. So, where is that one? Ironband's excavation. Finished that off. And then we just picked up the gathering idols. So we're going to put that there because we also just turned in Ironband's excavation, which was one of the first ones we picked up. Okay, and then we also picked up the excavation progress report, which this is an easy one because I guess in the beginning, like this quest is actually a little trickier than some of the others because the mobs are higher level. We're used to fighting level 11 and 12 things, but now all of a sudden we're fighting level 17 things and 18 and 20. So this is definitely a higher level of dogfight here. It's up to XP, so that's actually why I'm doing it. I feel like it'll be a nice kind of break. Here's some silver. I love, love, love that. But we don't have to be afraid of any of these because we are OP. So because we're so good, we're going to just make it work. I'm going to just come in here and fight. And what you need is 8 idols. Frog's going to get us. Okay, that's okay. He's a level 19. That's actually good that we separated them. We're fighting a second one now. Okay. This one I'm gonna fight while this judgment's on cooldown. Yeah. He's gonna run. Okay, so cool. Got a couple of our stone idols right there. Now we'll enter this sitch. Okay, what I think I'll do is I'll fight this one toe to toe. And then I'll switch over to a... He's the tough one. Then I'll switch over to the stun smite on this one. And switch back, because that's such a big combo. Now he's already almost dead. Okay. So, boom. And then now let's see. Yeah, this is much better. Our heal is much better for us now. Cool. Alright, so we've already got 3 out of the 8. And now that our mana is about halfway, I'll probably just chill and let it sit with Sealing Command for a little bit of time. Okay, let that rejuvenate a little bit. We got a Geomancer here. They really love to have mobs that are Geomancers. Okay. Get the combo in that one. Mana's getting back up a little bit. Cool. All right, we're halfway done with the stones, but the best part is we're finally getting a little bit of XP. I think there are some chests that kind of lurk around here too. And you can see they have these little caves, which is I think supposed to signify like, hey, this is where little dudes come from. So whatever. Yeah, so I guess these diggers, I mean... There we go. But now I can use this Hammer of Justice with the Seal combo. I gotta try to fold that in a little bit more. But I just fought a bunch of guys back to back. And really, they're only... Some of them are only at like a couple levels below where I'm at. Okay. It just takes a few spells now in a row to set it up, so I'm dropping like 100 mana, maybe a little bit more. Because I've got to drop 57 mana, and that's about 80, and then laying the seal. Yeah, so it's actually like 130, 140 mana. To get the whole setup going, to get him immune with, or weakened with Judgment of the Crusader, and then pop into the holy damage so I can actually take advantage of it. Okay, we got our idols. I was going to heal, but now I don't need to. So Gathering Stone Idols is going to be done now. That's good. That's the only quest that actually originates out of here. Yikes, I went up kind of the wrong path. I was kind of going in a straight line as opposed to like, oh, I'm going to have to pop a bubble probably. Okay. If I have to, I have to. But yeah, we got a decent amount of XP, so we're 22.6% of the way through now. I don't think these quest givers are going to help us. I mean, if...
How are you?
Do you have those idols? We must study them and report our findings to Ironforge.
You got them. Nicely done, adventurer. And you don't look too worse for wear, even with those berserk trogs about. I'm going to keep my eye on you. You show some promise.
Yeah, I am pretty OP.
What can I do for you?
Thanks for noticing. We're going to sell some of that stuff that we got. Well, we didn't get a lot. Okay. So now we'll start our walk. Actually, you know what? Let's do, while we're over, before we do the progress report, let's go up and help out Bingle. I think now's the time for that, because then when we're on this side of the river, we can have the finale. And this will give us a little something to do. And let's read the progress report, too. It says, Honorable colleagues and truth seekers, the site's excavation continues, but it is slowed by the trogs mentioned in my last report. I am confident that they can be dealt with, even if some of these trogs are more aggressive than usual. More artifacts were found recently, though in all cases but one, which I will discuss below, recent findings are of the same caliber as before. Interesting, if not enlightening. Okay, well, we'll continue reading that in just a moment, because I just realized I don't think we did the Gathering Idols. I don't think I completed it on my spreadsheet here. Wrap that one up, and let's check off that. And then we have this one. We're going to pick up Bingles Missing Supplies.
As if crashing into the loch wasn't bad enough, trogs from the nearby island attacked me and stole my tools and special Blastenheimer Blastencapper explosives. With no gyrocopter and no explosives, the movement has no chance. Get my tools back and find my Blastencapper explosives, adventurer, for no Marigan!
Okay, so we just picked up Bingles Missing Supplies. That's a lower, yeah, I guess that's a mid one. There's just, Loch Modan is just a small zone. Okay, and then now we'll resume, as we go to find these missing supplies, we'll resume our reading. There has been one exception. The peculiarly carved idols found recently, a brief description of these was included in my last report, seem to have an effect on the trogs at the site. They're drawn to the stone carvings, and some trogs are driven berserk by them. More study is required for any conclusions regarding these idols, but I remain hopeful that they will shed light on the link between the trogs and the titans, which, from reading Chronicles, we kind of know about that link some. Lastly, I must restate my request for blast powder. My supplies are very low, which severely hampers the success of the excavation. I was told a resupply of blast powder was forthcoming, though I have not yet received it. What, may I ask, is the delay? Respectfully, Prospector Dartius Ironband. Alright, so here's where we gotta come fight. We need 4 things from these islands, but we also need to kill the guys. So this is why I was kind of sort of saving these to be completed at the same time. Because this is a great place to fight bone snappers. Now we're back. These are weak, but think about how many times we've done... I mean, the time that Millie and perhaps our hunter, we spent killing these mobs and just the stress. It's stressful trying to pull them separately, but we can just... Now that we're level 22, we can pull and not worry about it. Okay, so I did have to interrupt that healing wave, I guess. But I don't have... There we go. Okay, I'm trying to fight my way to something. There's something in here. We got XP for one of those shamans, so these are like right on the fringe of being XP worthy for us. I want to clear this camp out. There it is. There's his blast and capper. Okay, and then the guy just walked away. He's like, nah, you're good. You can have it. We need a total of 20 guys again. Each time we've had to kill 20, so at least it's keeping that going. That's 1 of 4. There's a little dude in here, too. Another shaman. He's gonna heal himself. I didn't have my stun quite ready. So that's something worth considering. If I don't have this on, and I know I want to stun a healer, let's try it. Let's see how often, like, what chance of stunning this is actually is. Let's check it out. Well, it didn't kick in that time, but it'll be something worth exploring for us. Let's go off to this other small island to the side. Yeah, you could also fight the skull thumpers over here, but those are easier. Not really worried about them. And now that I'm fighting these really much easier dudes. So I guess we'll probably complete these quests on our own. Like, we're at the 1 hour mark, just about. Yeah, he's casting lightning on me, but it's just not going to be really a hard thing. Little jerk hit me with a few. Where's that? There it is. His tool bucket. We'll probably run like a pinch over. I won't turn in this quest, but we will turn in the gnome thing, and then we'll probably, I won't even turn in anything in town. We'll probably just go back to rest in the inn. There's another thing that we need. Again, these are the easier ones. We also have to kill these trogs though while we're here, so kind of lame, but it's okay. You gonna run, buddy? No, you are not. It's a food crate. This little jit. What do we need? There it is. It's another tool bucket. So we're getting 2 tool buckets. So it says that was really the screwdriver. Okay, maybe you just don't know. Okay, so now we need to actually kill. We need to be focused on, yeah, killing the actual mobs. These guys aren't even strong either. So we still need a total of 13 more guys. There we go. Now that brings it to 12. Here's a shaman. See how this goes. We just don't want him to heal. Yeah, it's all about, like, when does the swing kick in? You can kind of tell, like, am I going to even need to do anything? Okay, we're halfway done. That one was worth it. These are worth XP. Rags in there. We also do need this other piece. There's something going on here. Don't see it, but it is here. Yeah, we'll just kind of... Didn't need that one. Another shaman. I put the wrong thing on. I guess I'm gonna use that one for a second.
Kill. Kill.
Alright, where is the little thingy? There it is, final tool bucket. The other one just called it a blasting capper, but this must be the hammer. Okay, we need 2 shaman, 3 bone snappers. Oh, not a skull thumper. So what we don't need them, so what I do, I go pull 2. But at least they're worth no XP. Oh, my little light's off. Okay. Shaman, bone snappers. But yeah, see, this is a much, much easier place to kill them. If you're struggling or doing this at lower level, I just watched some of my other episodes previously where I struggled immensely, and so this is where I came, especially hardcore, trying to do it at level. This is where I came to try to complete this quest line. You can already tell he didn't start casting until I was too close into my other swing, so I knew I wasn't going to have to worry about that. Alright, what do we need? We need 1 more of each. There's a bone snapper. Can dig that. We just need 1 shaman, and we're GTG. There he is. Okay. Got it. Alright, so what I want to do is save Bingles over here. And then we will swim across the lake again and just go to the inn. That's the plan. I wish I had a Hearthstone, but we're a couple minutes over, but this will be maybe 5, 8 minutes over, something like that, but that's not the end of the world. I will mind going over less when I get to go to my work from home stretch. I don't know, I applied for the positions they had originally talked about, so that saga still continues in my life. They finally posted some of these upper management positions, and applied. We'll see. I'm just not gonna, at least the good thing about really shooting high and aiming for the top and then making it into the final 2 and then not getting picked, it kind of has allowed me to now, like, I'm playing kind of like fast and loose now. Like I'm not as tight. I don't care as much.
We can Tessa, where are my things?
You've done the movement a great service, adventurer. The trogs and leper gnomes infesting Gnomerigan will soon feel the brunt of a gnomish air assault.
Okay, that's it for Bingle. He doesn't do anything else for us. Now we're going to swim across the lake. So we did Bingle's missing supplies. Boom, boom. And we can check that one off the main. That'll be the last quest that we cover to completion on this episode. Because of time, we're just going to go to the end. So next time, we'll turn in the excavation progress report, which I do believe is going to try to send us back out this way. Which, that's fine. But we won't do it right away. What we'll do is go back and do the In Defense of the King's Lands, which will send us into these caves to kill the final little boss or whatever. Oh, somehow we're going to have to climb up there. There's copper, not water. Yeah, you can get up this bank right here. Or we can get up the bank down there. Maybe I'll go this way and I'll try to get this copper on the way. Yeah, so I just like it's kind of allowed me, like, you know what? I spent so much time stressing and thinking and preparing and everything, and I literally, you know, I lost sleep about it, and then for the person that is in the job now, I don't think that they are doing a better job than I would have done. And it might be because they're doing what I would have had to do, which was do 2 jobs at once, but it just has made me feel like qualifications and everything were not as important as who you knew. And if that's the name of the game, then I'm screwed in everything that's outside of my immediate sight. So if nothing opens up above me there, and there's only half a dozen spots, not even, maybe 4 spots higher than I am. So sure, I'll have the inside track if one of those 4 spots open up, and you never know what happens in life. But everything else is just, I'll take it with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna hold my breath, is what it is. But yeah, so this has been good though. This is nice. Been a nice episode. I feel like this is, you know, we did a little bit of strains and pains as we did Westfall and wrapped up with the Dead Mines, but now this is where the beauty of this comes through, where you're just crushing it in Loch Modan. Like, this zone is going to be easy. There's a not zero chance that we could even fit. Now, Chalk Soul at the end, that's probably going to be a little beyond our ability to solo, and that will still happen no matter what. Like, each zone, we're definitely gonna have it in Darkshire, or not Darkshire, Darkshore? No, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Darkshore, excuse me. That Tower of Alphalak series, we will finish it in our go, but we will need help to wrap it up at the end, to kill the guy at the top of the tower. That's not going to be something we can solo. I was able to 2-man it with somebody. But, and there's some tricky, the escort quest is a little tricky, but I think we'll be able to do it. I think so. We just got to kind of sort of make it work. All right, we'll cross those bridges when we get there. I'm really, other than Chalk Soul, I'm not worried about anything in this area. Socket Wench, that's actually a clever name. I like it. All right, so we did it. We have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I appreciate you guys coming with me on this journey, and I will see you all next time on the next episode of Lore of Warcraft.